Today, in many parts of the world, it is customary for people to shake hands on meeting, as a gesture of goodwill. Originally, however, the practice of shaking hands had a more practical purpose. Shaking hands originated in medieval times. In those days, when a man came across a stranger, he would often reach for his weapon out of fear in spite of himself with his right hand, in case he had to use the weapon to defend himself. Sometimes, the two men had been circling around each other, with weapons in their hands, until they laid aside the weapons. Then the two persons extended their right hands to show they had no weapons. It is not known when and why the handshake changed from a simple clasping of hands to include a shaking movement. This shaking movement of the clasped hands probably started as early as the 16th century. Today it seems that the earth is in danger, and one of the big problems is the loss of trees and forests. Trees give off oxygen, which is essential to animal life. In the past few decades, the need for wood has increased dramatically. This means that more and more trees are being cut down, and if people do not take any measures to stop it, this process will speed up in the future. In addition to the need for wood, people are clearing forests of trees for agricultural land. In some areas the land is farmed until no crops grow well. Then the farmers move on and cut down the trees in another area to make room for more crops. This is especially true of the rainforests of Brazil and other countries. They are in the process of disappearing. It is said that an area about as large as a soccer field disappears every minute. At this rate, our forests are to disappear completely and never to grow again. The achievements of Benjamin Franklin are not so well known as his name. But America owes what she is to his achievements. Benjamin Franklin was born in Boston, but he made his way to Philadelphia at the age of 16. On arriving there, he walked around and looked for lodgings and work. His industry brought him success, and when he was about 40 years old he retired to devote himself to helping the people of his colony. Soon he was engaged in everything good and useful. He organized a fire company, and he saw to it that the streets of the city were lighted and cleaned. He set up the first library, the first academy, and the first post office. He made an experiment of electricity by flying a kite in a storm. As a result, lightning proved to be electricity. He printed many newspapers, and he brought out an asterisk almanac each year. Later, Franklin went to London to represent the American colonies. Though he lived in England a long time, he was the last person to lose the American simplicity or the American point of view. When he felt that the time had come for America to break away from England and set up for herself, he took the lead in working for independence.